We can pass data into our components by using what's called props. So here I've created a prop called text, and this looks a lot like passing an attribute into an HTML element. I'm going to set that to a string of this is the prop text. So in our component, we can access our props by interpolating with curly brackets this dot props and then the name of the prop that we're looking for. So in our case it's txt. Save that, and we can see this is the prop text. Now outside of JSX we don't need to interpolate that, so I can say let text equal this props dot txt, and then in our JSX I can just use that variable name txt, and just so we can see that change in the browser I'm going to update our value to this is the prop value, and we can see that there in the browser. Now we can define the properties that we're going to be looking for in our component by adding a property to our component called prop types. Now this is going to be an object where each key is the name of the property and each key's value is the type of value that we're looking for. So for text I can say I'm looking for react.proptypes.string. I'm going to create one more here. It's going to be called cat, and I'm going to say react.proptypes.number is what we're looking for. So in this case we're looking for a number. I can save that and everything's going to work just fine. However, on each of these prop types we can add an is required to it. And when I save that, everything's going to work fine, but we can see here in the console that the prop cat is marked as required in app, but its value is undefined. So if I jump back over to our component usage and say cat equals, we'll set that to 5, everything's working again, we're not getting that error. We can also set a series of default properties by adding a property to our component called default props. And again, this is going to be an object where each key is the property. I'm going to go ahead and set our default for text to this is the default text. I'm going to save that, and what we're going to see is that the value that was passed into our component actually overwrites the default. So once I clear that out, we get our this is the default text, which is the default property that we set for our component.